2007, she been doing this thing, right? And then you go to the site, we send the reclaimants to the site, talk about how beautiful it is with all that information on it, videos, affidavits, cases, her case, and yet, you know, I speak for me. You know, I'm printing up a tree worth of paper and gallons of ink. I'm tired of that shit. You know, so I guess you have to get to the point to where you realize it. This paperwork we got, this passport, this ID card, and our reclamation papers ain't nothing to be played with, and we know it, right? So now it's at the point to where we individually and as a tribe, you know, it's time to get on this spiritual thing and shut these people down. So here tonight, I could tell y'all on the record, ain't no more spinning. I'm Shamu Nasiel, Chief Thunderstorm. I'm kicking in doors from this day forward. So next Sunday, I'm gonna have a report because every week I'm digging in that ass. From this point forward, I done made it up in my mind. From this day forward, every week, I'm gonna dig in their ass with something that's gonna be painful to their ass. Because it's time out now. All the pain we going through as a people, we done forgot that we kings, queens, and emperors, and princes, and princesses, and nobles, and nobleces. That shit means something. It means something. And I'm, you know I ain't no more frustrated than nobody else, but my frustration now done got to that stage of that shit ain't happening no more. I ain't a more if I continue to let that happen. I yield.
I say.
I say. Yes, Noble. You know, I feel your energy, man. And you know, it's time for this to happen for you. You know, I really want them going off the land. You know, but that time is coming very, very soon. You know, I know you've been putting in work, time, energy, you know, Federal Reserve notes to make this happen. And it will go your way. Just be patient.
Bro, I've been judged already by the ancestors, right? So if you believe you a God, okay, if you believe you a God or a goddess spiritual, right? Other than corporeal or this corporeal psychoprotein that we live in, if you believe that, right, then I took my case to the gods first. Fuck these people on earth. Excuse me, nobleces. I'm my language. I actually took my case to the ancestors and the Most High, Allah, Yahweh, however you want to call it. I got judged in the spirit first. Once I got that judgment, that righteous judgment, these bastards can do nothing to me. I know enough. I study. I don't need nobody to speak for me, right? So when the Most High gave me that favorable judgment, it hit. It just clicked with me. Who the hell is a corporation to even touch my paperwork, right? So now my whole attitude done changed. My enemy, I got two enemies in this fight. It's that witch, that's the clerk of court, or that warlock if he a dude, and that judge. Them my enemies. They ain't fixing to do shit to Shamu Nasiel no more, because it start and it stops with me and then them. They have no more opportunity to fuck me around. It's over. It's over, right? Because, they gave me 12 days and locked my ass up. And I'm in here on the inside going through rituals, sending hailstorms, and the tribe is my witness, right? Tearing shit up on the inside. And then I get out and shit slow down, right? And then it kind of hit me, okay, I'm detained on the inside, but the spiritual work is wreaking havoc. But then I get out and the spiritual work seemed to slow down. So I'm saying to myself, what's wrong with this, right? So now I see it, right? You can't give your dominion up to these bastards, because we used to have a saying in the hood, and it rang true. If you give a nigga an inch, he gonna take a yard. You give him a yard, he gonna take a mile, right? So that's all they've been doing. We've been giving inches and they've been taking the damn foot. And it's over, because now I know they paper tigers, and I knew it, but I mean, I guess I had to get to this point, you know? Y'all just mark this night. What's the day? The day is April the 4th, right? Or is it the 3rd? April the 3rd. Starting April the 4th, Shamu Nasiel ain't losing no more. I ain't taking no losses, because we don't have to. And because we let them adjudicate all that bullshit when we need to be talking about only jurisdictional authority, period. Whatever happened inside that case, that shit don't even come to fruition. We don't even bring it on the table until you deal with this jurisdiction. Now, as a tribe, if we don't know how to invoke our jurisdiction, then that's why they putting foot in our ass, right? So if you don't know how to invoke jurisdiction, I think somebody need to be talking, so that we as a tribe and as a group or a band can begin to invoke jurisdiction. We don't talk about nothing else until that is established. If you're talking about anything before jurisdiction is established, go ahead, bend over, let them do it to you raw. Don't get mad at them. Go home and kick your own self. I hope y'all feel my frustration, because I get calls so much from Moors crying and whining and shit. And it's getting to be my wife even, damn, you be on the phone more than you be off the phone, right? And it's just us whining, talking about how they doing us and stuff. And it just hit me today. If you stop them at jurisdictional authority, they gotta show it. 11th Amendment. I mean, you can make them show it. What is it? 28 USC, 1602 to 1611. I mean, it's so many that make them show it, but we let them off the hook. And then here's the main law that can make them show it. Them laws are Ninti. You a Cherokee Nation more. Within your reclamation are your immunities: tribal, diplomatic. You got land rights, mineral rights, freehold land rights. None of that don't mean shit if you can't invoke your authority, your jurisdiction. It don't mean nothing. This card I got, this passport I got, none of that shit mean nothing if I can't invoke my jurisdictional authority, right? It's just a book and a card in my pocket. So For real, I yield. Y'all just keep me in good energy because right now I see how the young noble getting attacked. Blake, you see this brother, you see him fighting, right? But yet he getting attacked, right? So, that's the part right there that I'm talking about. It's time for the Cherokee Nation to man and woman up, noble and noblesse up, more bite and more bite is up because it ain't gonna be no more of that. I think I heard last thing I'll say. I heard it one time. Say if you let them kick you one time, they'll kick you one time. You let them kick you two times, they'll kick you two times. You let them kick you three times, they're gonna kick you three times. But if you cut off the fucking foot, it ain't gonna be no more kicking going on, right? And that's where I'm at right now. I'm walking around with a machete. You understand? uh, Ain't nobody walking over the Cherokee Nation of Moors in the South Carolina. I tell you, I tell you, I tell you. So it is, so it is, it is so. I tell you what, I yield.
Yes, no, bro. I feel your energy. I feel your frustration. Um, like I said before, your day is coming. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be smiles when that day comes for you. And I can't wait to hear the good news once it happens. Like you said, it is our time. We are the heirs to the land. You know, this is our property. We are the landlords or the descendants of the landlords, which is same bloodlines. Um, I'm just tired of these pilgrims. Period. You know how they walk around, chest up, head high, and they're on private property. And like you said, like AAA said, you know, they're practicing maritime law, which is not law. They're on the seas while we're on the land, and they want to bring us on the seas where we don't belong. And I just can't wait because when that time comes, I'm gonna have a party when this whole corporation just falls down to dust. It's gonna be a good day. I yield on that one.
Shay Noble. I'm gonna share a definition with y'all. Hold on, let me pull it up. But the word is uh transgression, right? Transgression. Let me get it here. All right, let's see. Transgression. Let's see. Um, y'all bear with me one second. Uh, well, of course, when you're looking for it, you just can't. It don't want to come up. Hold on. Let me try it one more time. All right. I know how to find it. Right here. Right here. All right, transgression. Now we hear that word most times. That word gonna be in like the Bible. That's where I heard that word out a lot, right? And so when you look at the actual definition, you know it ain't got shit to do with no religion, but everything that we fighting against. The word transgression is a noun. The spreading of the sea over the land, as evidenced by the deposition of marine strata over terrestrial strata. So, to what you just said, Pyramid, about that maritime admiralty law, that shit is transgressions against the tribe. You understand? So, and it's the same thing with the word uh, trespass. Uh, they trespass. Trespass has to do with coming against your property. Let's see if I got that. But in other words, right now, the transgressions of these people, right, it's gotten to the point to where if we don't get together and begin to just stand, right, we ain't gonna never win. I'm glad I know how to fight in this shit. I'm glad I know how to defend with this case shit. I'm glad I know how to set up a rebuttal and all that shit. But none of that matters if, why go through all that if the fight is at jurisdiction, right? If the fight is jurisdictional authority, then what the hell the rest of the case got to do with it if they can't prove jurisdictional authority? Why even go into the rest? That's the question. They make us think, we finna take your house, we gonna tow your car, we gonna lock your ass up, we gonna take your your China, you know, but fuck all that going forward. They got to deal with the jurisdictional authority. And guess what? We got it. They corporation. So if you can, if you prove that they are a corporation, and we know a corporate fiction, right, ain't real, can't speak to us, and when they tell us they can't hear our cases and can't see our paperwork, they telling the truth. They corporations, they dead, right? So why go through the rest of it when they gotta deal with jurisdiction authority? That's the fight. That's the only fight until the real man stand up. Now you do something to somebody and they come, then you got to deal with, you got to deal with it because the real person, the real party and interest has shown up. But if they don't, we got to deal with it. We got to deal with that jurisdictional authority. Peace and love, brain, water, air. But we got to deal with that. And I'm willing. I want to get with the tribe and figure out how we gonna invoke this freehold rights, these mineral land rights, air rights, water rights that we have. This diplomatic immunity, these imperium powers that we possess. That shit all sounds good, and I'm glad I got them. But if I can't use them, I may as well not have them. I'm 56, y'all, and I'm tired. You know what I mean? 56 mean grown. 56 mean damn near rusty, right? So I'm just saying, I ain't no boy, and they not finna be handling me no more. I'm gonna give a report this week. This week, I'm telling y'all tonight on this call. Ricky Smiley said it best in that little recording he had. Somebody ass finna get whooped. I ain't taking that shit no more. I'm tired, man. Because they don't have the authority. And shame on me for letting them do it when I know they ain't got the authority. And then not only that, not only do they not have the authority, I done did everything I was supposed to do to get with the tribe. the tribe got nothing but juice from the feds all the way down to the county, right? And I've been letting them whoop my ass. Been thinking about this the whole weekend, starting Friday, and I can't get past it. So I'm gonna be coming on. Y'all be looking on Telegram because I'm gonna be giving y'all some testimonies this week. I already done. The ancestors done told me. They done gave me they done opened the door. My meditation has been good this week. I can't wait till Monday. I say,
I say,
wow. I say,
More. Status dictates jurisdiction. You got to get past the status before you can even get to the jurisdiction.
sis, we got jurisdiction. We walking around with it in our pockets. I know some Moors that got the RV based stuff. I know some Temple Moors, they got some stuff. I seen some Moors from Chicago. They got their status in their pocket, right? And they getting their asses tore up because, you know, the one thing in common, they want to litigate. Status don't litigate. Status is status, right? Now I'm not. I know I'm sounding kind of edgy, matriarch, but that's just my own energy. It's not on you. It's not on nobody else. But I actually been priming the pump this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I'm so pissed where I'm fixing to do something reckless, but I done primed it up to the point that somebody gonna have to deal with Shamu this week. You understand? And I'm talking about the real man. So somebody gonna have to show up because I ain't dealing with no more dead folk. A lunatic talk to dead people. That's why they lock their ass up and give them pills. I'm not talking to the dead folk no more. It's a wrap. We losing too much. We got all this energy. I don't just talk to the tribe, and I know y'all don't. We talking to everybody. You know, people calling all the time, what you doing? I'm doing this. Man, I put this on the record. Oh, yeah? How that work out, man? They still talking about they gonna take my house, man. But you put it on the record, right? Yeah, it's on the record, man, but they still, you know, so what I did is I hit them with an affidavit of truth. What did it say? Well, it's just telling them, man, you know, that they can't do this according pursuant to. That ain't working. So I've just come to the point to come back to jurisdictional authority and don't move. How they gonna move me? Lock me up? When I get out, we going right back there. That's just it. Ain't no more talk about no cases. The whole case is your dirty hands touching me, the live man, right? Or your stank ass, dead ass breath talking to me, the live man. It's just, it's clear now. I'm crazy to even be talking to somebody who don't have no authority, even give them the consideration to even capitulate, right? Back and forth, whether or not you got authority. I ain't even, show that shit to me or get the hell out my way. Telling you, I done been exonerated in the spiritual. I'm not fishing to take that exoneration and waste it, and to put it on some ass. I'll say I yield.
It's, I hear you more. I'm only reading from our instrument.
Mm-hmm.
Our instrument states Aborigine Moors of Amahim, the Seal, North, South, Central Americas, reclamation of antiquitous status. droit, just sanguinis, just soleil, antiquitous landlord, freehold, full equity, more, declaration of status, aboriginal protection, authorities, inherent rights, and immunities. When I just read that, it took me back in my brain to King Charles II stating that whatever land you want, you can take whatever. My mind just went there before I was trying to read the rest of it. So if we are these people and we say are these people, we have inherent rights. They don't have the rights. They have to leave because they are the squatters. So they made up all these pretty papers and put check boxes in it and think we're under their system. No, we're not under their system. Although they gave us, or our parents, a social security card and all these other adhesion of contracts, because somewhere the rest of the contract, you never read it, but it's sitting somewhere. And we're supposed to have a remedy for whatever we do. The remedy is we are the heirs to this land, and they can't get around that. Heirship is ours. They try to hide it. It's like the number 13. They try to hide it. It's too late. We're here. Empress Ninti, when they did these things to her, she said they messed with the right one this time. Because look what I'm doing now. I'm freeing the people, free their minds. They have to know where to go in order to get what it is that they're looking for. And she put it right there. This instrument right here, it gave us rights. And if you look in the Constitution, it says in the preamble that we have inherent rights. They calling us Indians, and we all know how they did that. It's stating that we have so many immunities that we are free, freehold. We can do anything. Excuse me, I had someone at the door. I yield.
If I go and buy what, a Rolls Royce or Phantom, depending on where you at, you're looking at anywhere from 275, 500,000. Right? I got the key for it. And, you know, anytime I go out there, I could drive it. But yet I don't get in it. But it looked good in the driveway, and people pass by and be like, damn, he got a Phantom. A couple years go by. I bought it with 6 miles on it. It's got 6.5 on it only because, you know, I drove it, back it out the garage, pull it back in, rack it out. The whole point of that is Empress did do the work. We do got those immunities. But if you don't know how to use them or switch on the key to that Phantom, that's all you got is a Phantom, right? And we just talking real because I'm seeing too many more getting their ass tore up, even the ones that's supposed to know, right? And I'm not saying we weak. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying maybe it's time to, as a people, challenge their jurisdiction once and for all, not move. I had got caught up in these word plays and looking for all this shit in Blacks and Cornell and Wex, and man, I ain't got time for that no more. I got time for winning now. See, I done learned, I done studied, and not saying I know everything, but I know a damn enough. I know Salagi dynasty. I say dynasty, Salagi government. I know laws of Ninti. I know that red passport I got and what it means, right? I also know that ID card that we got. I know what it means. But having all that and not using it to its full capacity, that capacity being the beneficiary of all those immunities that Matriarch just listed, right? If you ain't getting no benefits, then what are you getting? The whole purpose of this and the whole reason for even coming into this is wealth preservation. If you paying taxes, your wealth is going out the door. But you hold that freehold, you hold land, air, you hold diplomatic immunities, all the immunities that come with it is with those instruments that of reclamation, and then your spiritual articles, your passport, and your ID card. Right? So we got it. But I'm on the call all the time, and I'm hearing, all us. I started out tonight talking about going over the paperwork. I'm working on paperwork, right? I'm trying to get to Charleston tomorrow to the district court, and that's happening a lot. So I just done decided, either it's real or it's not. Ella Fitzgerald used to be a jazz singer. She used to have a commercial back in the cassette day. They used to sell this brand called Memorex. And they say, is it live or is it Memorex? And Ella Fitzgerald had this high-pitched voice. She would, oh, and break a glass with her high-pitched voice. And then they'll let you know, Memorex is so clean, we just broke that glass with a tape and not the real lady. And, the way Empress got it, the way it's in our reclamations and the paperwork we got, it don't matter if it's live or Memorex. We supposed to be breaking glass with this shit, So, if y'all hear anything tonight, this is a nudge. Like I said, I'm jumping out there first. I'm making sure I got a testimony before Friday. I don't want to get on Sunday saying, hey, y'all, this what happened. I'm going to be giving y'all an update before Friday. Because like I said, if I'm the only one real at the table, then what the hell am I talking to myself for?
Islam, boy, you bringing the law. You bringing the unmitigated. I just had a whole bunch of words in my mind. The law, uncut. This is the law. This is our hierarchy. Things have changed. The Pope recognized it. The Queen of England recognized it. It's these people here that don't have a clue. We have to teach them. We have to teach ourselves. The law is the law, senor. It don't just disappear because from the very beginning you've been lying. That makes it alive from the next 50,000 years. It ain't gonna change. The truth is the only thing that's gonna stand and ain't gonna change.
That's Shay.
See, senorita.
Yeah, speaking of that, when I was out here in New Orleans forcing tax exemption, it was really sad at the Ross I went to just based on the fact that it's two passive, non-active Moors that don't even know themselves, that are trying to act like I'm in the wrong or I'm crazy, asking for a tax exemption or demanding a tax exemption, looking at me crazy. And they got to go back and get an overseer, being an Albion, to come and show them that this is real and legitimate. And then they're like, what in the heck? Scratching their head. And it's sad. But yeah, you're right. We need to teach them.
Islam.
And now they're getting the de facto. The reason why we're getting attacked is because they're getting their badge and their gun in a weekend and a half now. They're not even going through real legitimate training within their own de facto system.
Yeah, you notice they got beards and tattoos now, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
those roads that the Empress is talking about. You seeing cops, at least here in South Carolina, they got tattoos and beards now with the badge and the gun, right? So that lets me know that's a different deal, because from Caesar all the way to today, right? That Roman system, they've always been girly men. They've always been clean faced. That's why that's why a melanated cop looks so funny, right? You know you're supposed to be wearing a beard and you got all them damn bumps under your neck because you shaving your shit. You shaving off your facial crown, right? And now you seeing rookies with beards, tattoos, all kind of shit. So that lets you know, to me now, that lets me know that I'm winning, because a cat who care about his family and his possessions, fucking with me out here with what I know, he finna lose all that. And that's the other thing. That's the other part of my frustration tonight. When I say take kicking down doors, I'm telling you right now, I'm working out. My study right now is to take their shit. And I about got it worked out, Noble Jamez. Y'all man, I about got it worked out, bro. Right? I'm taking the shit. You fuck with your move, I'm taking your shit. And that's where I'm working now, because you can't talk to me about what you say the crime is, because if your ass don't have that delegation of authority that you supposed to have certified when you put your name on some shit, which is an instrument, which the IRS say if it's in excess of $10, it must be accompanied by a 1099 under oath stating why it's under oath, right? So now, if you bring me into court and your name on that shit, I got you. Because whether you dismiss it or whether you send it to a higher court, I'm not finna let your name sit on my paperwork without giving me that goddamn jurisdictional authority. I ain't moving. You can send it to another court, but I'm gonna be fucking with you, because if you don't give it to me, I'm taking your shit. Just like you taking mine, right? Ain't no more letting them go, man. We know enough. And then if you don't know enough, then we need to get together and learn enough, right? Because this fight right now is making sure the dead things stay dead. That's them. How the hell can a dead man talk unless you give him vocal cords? And that's what we doing. We giving these bitches a voice when they have none. We can't call them. I think Matriarch used the term civil little more tooth earlier. How the hell we gonna let a civil little? In fact, if they not real, that means they clay, right? In my opinion, right? So if they clay, I'm the potter, because I'm real. I'm the one who creating shit. So how the hell can the pot tell the potter how to make it? What shape? He ain't got no voice. time to chop their lips off. It's time to beat their ass in their mouth, right? That's the only thing that's moving. We need to beat their ass in their mouth to where that bitch is so handicapped. You know what I'm saying? That he can't do shit. I mean, in other words, long story short, try. I think with the energy that if we got together and put energy together and put energy together that will not allow them to do the shit that they do, sending you up the road to another judge, signing your paperwork, you think you gotta win, but the reason he gave you the win is so you won't continue to ask him about jurisdictional authority. If his name go on your paperwork, it's never over until they show you he had the authority to touch your name. Fuck all that. I got my name copyrighted, a trademark, all that shit. If he touch your name because it's yours, with all them immunities you got, go back, make him bring forth that authority, because if he can't bring it forth, it's an injury. And it's prima facie because his appellation is on your paperwork. So now he can't get out of it. You shouldn't have signed it.
Speaking of which, when we do have an injury and we are considered an injured party, how do we what's the proper way of filing a lien?
Your paperwork on the record, going, taking your reclamation, affidavit of facts, recount what they did, show your acclimate, show your reclamation paperwork, show your immunities and your power, and then you write the judgment. Think about it. All a judge is a referee. He can't even practice law. 28 U.S.C. 454. Any judge or justice appointed by the United States found practicing law from the bench is guilty of high misdemeanors. He's fucked. Right?
What was that again?
28 U.S.C. 454. Any judge or justice found practicing law from the bench is guilty of high misdemeanors. Right? So let's say you got somebody, an injured party, and they bringing a claim against you. Now, what I'm fixing to share with you, you're gonna have to go and do your study, because I've been studying it here this weekend. So I'm just gonna put it out there, and then you can go and finish the study. But according to the 11th Amendment, a foreigner can't bring a claim against one of the people. So let's say you did hurt somebody, you hit their car, you broke it up, you got it bent. They hiring an attorney to sue you. He's the injured party. He hired his attorney to come and sue you. Well, if the attorney has a bar card, guess what? He falls under FARA, right? So that means he's a foreigner, Foreign Registration Act. He got a bar card. It's a foreign jurisdiction. 11th Amendment says no foreigner can bring a claim against one of the people. Now in there it says citizen, but we know we the people, right? So if the lawyer can't bring a claim, then that means the real party in interest got to bring it. If he can't bring it in his own name and I can defend in my own name, who you think gonna win? That's why they tell you, they want you to think he who hires himself as his attorney hires a fool. But we know he who hires an attorney to represent him is a damn fool, right? So to the short answer, Brother Yamez, is, your reclamation paperwork, brother. Your reclamation paperwork. That's how you bring it forth. And see, I done did all it. Let me show y'all something. And you think of bullshit, right? Look at all this shit. Look at all this shit. Y'all see all this shit here? Look at all that shit. That's why I'm mad. I done spent all this goddamn money on ink, paper, looking for bond paper, and it hit me. Man, all that shit don't mean nothing if you can't effectively wield your sword. And that sword is the reclamation paperwork, bruh.
Noble, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
All right. So if they do ever try to come through with a delegation of authority, what would that mean? Is
If
that
they
going
ever
to
come
lead
through,
to their
what you
act
mean?
of
If they
fraud?
produce it,
Right. If they produce an instrument as such.
it don't exist, bruh. You know where that
Exactly. It
delegation
doesn't
of
exist.
authority gonna come to? You want to know where it's gonna come from?
The Congress.
Nah,
Us.
the consent of the governed. Every constitution say the consent of the governed.
Mm.
That's where it derives. That's
I
why
see.
I use the 1868 South Carolina Constitution without further amendments, because it say exactly that. So in my paperwork, I asked the questions for the court, right?
I see.
From where does your jurisdictional authority originate / derive? To me, that's a trick question, because when you get down to the end of the day, we all know, and most of the Moors I know say, the Vatican, the Queen are the ones who getting all the tax. So they in foreign lands, right? So a foreigner can't bring jurisdictional authority, brother. They don't have it. That's my whole reason for our conversation tonight. There is no jurisdictional authority if it don't come from the voters, bruh. The consent of the governed. There is none. There is no affidavit. There is no certified instrument. There is nothing. Even
So
the
that would be
Constitution, huh?
that would be them admitting to more fraud and the initial fraud.
Bro, if you go and look at their paperwork, if you go and look at FRBP, Federal Rules of Bankruptcy Procedure, it says to take your house, they got to give you, check it out now, proof of claim, proof of their interest, certified bill of particulars, right? They also have to do an audit. And then when they sell your house, I'm talking about it's sold on the tax steps, it's sold. Guess what? That buyer still has to give you an opportunity to get your shit back.
Mm.
So if you want to read that, go to FRBP 3002.
FRDP 3002. I say.
Romeo, Bravo, Papa. Right? FRBP 3002. And you're gonna find, man, they can't just take your shit. So what I'm saying to you, all through the Constitution, right? All through the case law. Do you know the Constitution that gives them 9 enumerated powers? The government only have 9 powers. And those powers are given them to protect the governed, right? The people. So everything else all the other powers in the Constitution come from the people and delineated or delegated to those representatives, right? So it ain't no power in there, even when you go to the judiciary, right? The judiciary don't have no power. They referees, and they constitution and they codes, all that shit is said. They got no power. You got it. You the lawgiver. But we go in there and get the law.
We the people.
Right. But why do we go in the court and get the law all the time? Answer that for me, young boy. Why we go in and get the law?
That would be my perspective. No, arrogance and ignorance, ignorance of self, and then those
Ignorance
that
of
do
what?
know, ignorance of nationality or who you are or who we are, truly are as a
Okay.
land.
Okay. I agree with some of that. I think it begins with jurisdiction, though. Ignorance of jurisdiction and how to
For
invoke.
those,
Say again, Noble. You kind of cut out. I didn't hear you.
I'm sorry, I was trying to finish as far as arrogance. Arrogance would be those of us that are active, quote unquote, or like you said, or like someone stated earlier, still litigating with them. So going into these venues and asking them for law and procedure to their policies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That answered my question. Oh, no, I appreciate it. Gratitude.
Okay. Gratitude, Noble.
Sure.
Again, let's, hopefully, if you heard me say anything, and I'm not saying you gotta listen to me because I'm just venting, right? But no more. Forget the case. The case don't mean nothing. That case number is evidence of jurisdiction needs to be determined because they've given you a civil or criminal disposition, right? So if you going criminal is a jurisdiction. That jurisdiction carry different fines and shit than civil sometimes, right? So you gotta know where you're rolling. I read to you the definition of the word transgression, and you see they trying to bring the laws of the water onto the laws, onto the land, and then judging you thereby.
Mm,
No more need, man. I
right.
mean, I'm gonna have to finish all this paperwork because I got to get the value of that money I spent. But after this right here, it's no more but my nationality. That's what's going on the paper. Those are instruments. Your nationality paperwork under private seal, those are financial instruments. Why? Because a lien is attached to that,
Sure.
right? All through there, the Empress, your charter and fee schedule. That fee schedule is you do this what you pay. You violate, okay, here's the remedy for the violation. Oh, you want me to give you what? Well, it's gonna cost you, right? Matter of fact, to even talk to me, let me see your certified delegation of realness. Cause otherwise you don't exist. And I don't talk. Necromancy ain't nothing I do. I don't fuck with the dead.
Sure.
We win, y'all, when we know, and not saying that you shouldn't pay somebody you injure, right? But ignorance of the law is no excuse on either side. So if an attorney is a foreigner and your constitution say a foreigner can't levy a claim against you, then why would you let his ass even come into the court? Why wouldn't you require him to put his shit on the record before he walked into the court? Right? I was talking to him more today and I told him, even if I get a judge and it genuinely, he signs some shit and I really gotta go to another court, I'm still gonna make him show me he a judge. I ain't letting nobody off the hook no more. See, because once you start stopping these little magistrates who think they got power, I gotta go find it, but there's a law that says a magistrate is not competent to even sit and hear a matter. Come on, man. The hell
That's
you
right.
got some, huh? I didn't hear you.
I said, that's right.
So, but we letting these motherfuckers adjudicate us. We going into a cat's or we going into they so-called courtrooms, right? And this guy ain't even competent. The law says he's incompetent, but we putting paperwork together to go at this clown, imbecile, idiot. That's what he is. I don't get it, man. But I could tell you, this passport and this ID card. I ain't about toting shit that I don't need in my pocket. And so I'm fishing. I purposed it in my heart to make my paperwork do what it was designed to do, right? And every time we have a Sunday night meeting, that prayer ritual will tell you what it's designed to do. Shut down White House and Buckingham Palace. Those are the two jurisdictions, right? So Empress really, she set the stage with the prayer ritual, right? Shutting down the White House and Buckingham Palace. Those two, according to the narrative, are the two big jurisdictions, right? They're the ones who usurping everybody's jurisdiction, right? White House is all over the place, right? But now, if you stop that shit, if you stop it here with these fake ass judges, the White House and Buckingham Palace, eventually they're gonna dry up because they're gonna have to deal with you, right? And you coming with ancestors and you coming with that spirit game. This ain't just that corporeal learning law. I've been learning it, but now I'm beginning to know. The Most High ain't no joke. This fight was here before I got here, and the Most High is requiring truth and justice from me. Well, you can't require from me and let me live in deceit, in this lie. And then you saying it's not my fight, it's your fight, then go to war then, because I'm sure not wanting to be in it. You can look at my counter deeds and see that my behavior is trying to get out of this shit, right? And as I said earlier, he that is free indeed. That's paperwork, house deed, car deed, right? So if you think you saving your soul, the only soul you saving is your SOLE. You putting your feet back to the land. Because all that other spiritual shit about going to heaven and motherfuckers dying for you and you drinking blood and eat flesh, all that, I could go to the jungle and do that kind of ritual. So-called, right? So I'm not with that. I'm with these laws of ninety. I'm with this nationality. I got the evidence of it in my pocket and my counter deeds on the record created my square. They going 360 degrees. I'm gonna let them keep going in that circle because I'm gonna stand on these 490s. That's where I'm at. 490s is 360 as well, right? That's
Yes.
where we at.
That's correct.
I yield.
The
I'm
right
not trying to take it all up, but I'm telling y'all, I've been full since Friday, right? And I've been wanting to stick my hand down my throat and get this shit out of me because it's at the point where, we grown and, we don't play them games no more. Like when I was like 15, we used to play football and the older cats used to, come here, shorty, go long. He got the football like he gonna throw it to me. Run, I run all the way down there and then he'll put the football down and walk off, right? I ain't being played like that. I ain't going no long no more. I'm playing the short game. The short game is show me your shit and then we can go. If you bring me to the table and you don't have it, that's an injury. You're gonna pay me for my time, right? You're gonna pay me because the next time you'll do your due diligence, right? And you'll handle me with due care because the jurisdiction is on the record and it's recognized. The only way they're gonna recognize it is you gotta recognize it first. We could talk all day about what we got, right? But you know, you got to recognize it first. And once you recognize it and you know what you got, then you ain't fitting to accept nothing less. You ain't finna let a cat come in your house right off the street. It's somebody you know, your friend of yours, but he's not finna come in the house and go straight to the refrigerator and start fixing a sandwich without asking. I know that ain't finna happen here. My brother gonna ask me, right? So why would we let these pilgrims, right, control shit from the door, right? You know, when they invite you in, you don't have to go. You got a choice. I tell you what, I conditionally accept your offer of summons, right? And back to you, Jareen. That's another maneuver. That's another thing you can do. They send you a summons, right? You got to come to court. You hit old boy car, you know, and we need you to come on and deal with this. So in your return answer or response, you gonna tell them I conditionally accept your offer to come to court. However, there are a couple points that I need answered for the record.
Point for point.
Point for point. And when you do those points, you're gonna make sure they points that's lawful, but they cannot answer. The first one is what, Brother Jareen? What's the first point?
I'm sorry, Noble, I did not hear your question.
What's the first point? When you go to them and you say, I conditionally accept your offer of summons to come to court. However, there are a couple matters that I need worked out before I appear. Point number one, what is that?
Jurisdiction.
Jurisdiction. Jurisdictional authority. For the record, please put, for the record, the indigenous claimant is demanding, for the record, your certified affidavit of jurisdictional authority to sit and hear this matter, right? That's number one, right? That's number one, right? And then you may want to ask him for the oath that he took to the Constitution, but then also the bond, and also the bond that protects my liberties against judicial misconduct, malpractice, malfeasance, you know, or if you're dealing with a public official, and the bond that protects my right, my liberties against, you know, official oppression, official misconduct, maladministration. Hey, that's another one. Go look up maladministration. It's got seven points of violation that they always mess up. They always are maladministration.
I see.
Yeah. I only been studying this since 2018, right? I grew up in Miami. Yeah. I say again, brother.
Amazing.
Well, here's the thing though. You gotta know now. I grew up on the streets of Miami. My COVID in the 80s, the COVID that hit us was crack. It was the other C word, right? So at age 17, I smoked a dirty blunt. And from 17 to 23, my ass was on a journey. But my grandmother, my grandparents, and you know, the saints and friends and everybody prayed. I was able to come out of that shit, right? But here's the thing, the whole time I was on that journey, I saw the worst in us. And the worst always, that Son of Free come out at night. You know, the worst come out at night. So I seen the worst in us, right? but I was pretty industrious. I was a pharmacist. I could cook, so I didn't have to really just be out there, right? So on the night shift, the cats would bring me their stuff. I would do what I had to do with it, give it to them, and I always got paid. But to see how COVID crack took out teachers, doctors, lawyers, we talking melanated, preachers, soccer moms, soccer kids. In 82, when it really hit in Miami, man, you couldn't trust your pastor. And what I came away with all of that was this: the common man is the man with the strength. They put that shit in the hood. They destroyed the common man. A teacher ain't making a whole lot of money. A preacher ain't making a whole lot of money. They common folks, right? So now today, you know, with this since 19, I've been studying this shit, and now I've become hardened to the fact that they hate me. I never thought it was possible, but they hate me. Now you may think they don't hate you, that's fine. But the system, for them to bring you in their system and say, do you promise, do you, take the oath to tell the truth? How did that shit go? Do you promise to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Motherfucker, the system is a lie. What the hell you want me to tell the truth and then say, so help me God, to the lie? So all I'm saying is there are some hard folks that's out here that done been kicked in the ass with life, right? And right, I'm one of them folks. And life ain't my ass no more, right? Because most of the feet that's been kicking me in the ass been dead feet. Now how the hell that happened?
Islam, or
Islam.
you got to understand who their God is. They've been playing code words.
Of course.
We've been following along because we think that's what it is, but no, they God is governmental ordinance department.
Of course it is.
Or gold, diamonds, gold, oil, and drugs. You know, they've been doing what they want to do. But at some point in us talking, I pulled out the Clearfield Doctrine. Has anybody ever heard of that?
Oh yeah, that's heavy.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, that's heavy.
So the government is just a mere corporation. Corporations still cannot talk to the natural man or woman. So when they sitting up here acting all pompous, they are only practicing theatrics. Acting, yes. That's all they're doing. So the law is going to prevail, and they don't have nothing to do with the law because they're not more on this land. They cannot even stand up there, but it's nobody that it can put them in their check. So that's why they're doing it, because they bought their ships on the land, and we made all these pretty boxes for you to check, and we made all these pretty books for you to read. Nothing about yourself or your law or anything. It's just about what we want you to believe. And you can't spell believe without be alive from the beginning. So we want you to be in our trick bag. And I'll yield with that.
You mentioned God, you mentioned governance. Now, and me and one of my partners, one of the guys I build with, that's his definition of God, governmental ordinance department, right? And you know, this how I explain it. You know, you got the God of this world, the GOV, government, the GOV, and you got the God that most people say is their creator, God. You made in God's image and likeness. How? You a spirit, right? It ain't talking about this corporeal sack. This just a suitcase, and you the inwards, you the clothes, right? So you fill up the suitcase,
Right.
right? But then you got the GOV, right? And they created you too in their image and likeness. How's that on paper, right?
Right.
So you are the child of the God of this world if you let their deeds stand. So when you submit your counter deed from the jurisdiction of the living, they send you a sheet. See, I've heard you say that 3 times now, and now it's got me thinking, matriarch. They send you a sheet with all the pretty boxes on it. It's an offer. It's an offer for you to accept the belief that they got jurisdiction to tell you that you gotta do it on this piece of paper or this affidavit only. But we know now that a counter deed destroys this piece of paper that they just sent us, right? But how do you get past it? Now I'm thinking, I conditionally accept this form or affidavit or document that you just sent me. However, for me to accept it, to fully accept the terms, I have submitted a counter offer and counter deed to yours, right? And then that's where you go into, should you not accept this as a custodian of record, then as the lawful definition of counter deed says that the one that you now have on deposit from me is the true deed because I just destroyed the one you sent to me by law. If you have any problems with this, then you got 3 days according to
Right.
you got 3 days to respond. If not, this stands as law. We got to start countering. So there's no more just sending me some shit and then I'm just going to take that shit and that because you got, up at the top, you got the full weight of the state, the so-called Great Seal of South Carolina on it, but you didn't sign it. Or you got the Great Seal of South Carolina on it, but it's a rubber stamp copy. None of that means nothing. It's just an offer. But you conditionally accept and then you send your terms back. Guess what? When they can't answer, as you said, point for point, matriarch, he who leaves the battlefield first loses. I ain't leaving no more because when you leave the battlefield, that's if you let them take you to another part of the case, you left the battlefield. The battlefield is jurisdiction, and that's the one you can win, right? When you have to learn all that law shit to defend yourself, you finna lose. But all you gotta know is jurisdiction. Think about that, if that's all you got to get good at to keep these people off of you, that one thing, they can't move. If you know that real good, it seems like, it's good to know law, don't get me wrong, because everybody may get in a situation where they need to use it. But still, jurisdiction. If you're going to take somebody to court or they take you to court, the court got to have jurisdiction. We walk in with original jurisdiction. Think about that. We didn't mention that when we were talking about the immunities matriarch. You, me, and the tribe walk in with original jurisdiction. It's our shit. We're the only competent ones to even talk about jurisdiction.
Speaking of jurisdiction, you saying conditionally accept, it takes me back to my case in Indiana, or I should say the case. But when I was out there, I conditionally accepted the charges for value and asked for, 1099 OID, INT. all the above. And I got the judge to recuse herself from the case, which was funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then they passed it to a special judge that's commission is expired, so it don't even. They made it null and void in their own shit.
Right. And see, that right there is an injury to you. They tied your appellation up, right? They called you into a dead matter. According to my religious instructions and dictates, I don't deal with necromancy. I don't deal with the dead. You're not gonna conjure, the dead can't conjure me to come to their crypt or their sepulcher, right? Or their mausoleum, because that's where sacrifices happen. A courtroom on the inside of that bitch, if you don't know your jurisdiction, you're walking into a mausoleum. And that's where dead things go, right? So you're walking in as a dead man because you're answering to the dead man's title, the in legis, right? You know, when I first got in the tribe, the Empress said, man, you know, dead man walking. Yeah, don't go. Don't go. I'm saying, man, you gotta go to damn court. Come on now. Wait. She's saying not to go to court. If I don't go, they're gonna lock me up. But that's the point. That is the point. Your jurisdiction is what it is. So come on, lock me up. Because I guarantee you that's the last time you will. I got told on Friday that a county has a warrant for my arrest. Friday gone. Guess who told me that I got a warrant for my arrest in another county?
Sheriff.
A lieutenant deputy sheriff, who the sheriff department here, I got them in a federal lawsuit, and they can't win. I got them squirming. But when he told me that, I said, oh, okay. So Lexington County got a warrant for my arrest. I said, okay. I said, so tell me something. He said, what? I said, so why aren't you enforcing it? You're a sheriff and there's a warrant out and you're supposed to be enforcing it. I said, and before you say that, let me go ahead and tell you, South Carolina is a one-party consent state, right? So what I just told him was, I'm recording your ass, right? So he said, well, no. The reason we ain't, because it looks like you got a lot on you. Now, this is a damn lieutenant. You look like you got a lot on you, and it looks like you're working, trying to work things out. So we didn't want to bring a burden on you when you could just deal with it with a phone call. I said, my man, y'all motherfuckers locked me up for 12 days, and you now saying it could have been handled with a phone call? His mouth drew open. I said, that's why the fuck y'all in this lawsuit in the district court. I said, and guess what, bro? You done seen the paperwork, y'all can't win, right? I said, so go and get plenty rides in on that motorcycle, because if you got one, doc, it's gonna be mine. Drive your car, sleep in your bed. I said, bro, because here's the thing. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. I said, and your skin color look like mine, and you the worst kind of nigga. Got in my car and left. Now, I was there because they took my ID and my passport. A couple of y'all knew that, and some of y'all didn't. So Friday, I told y'all I've been hot the whole weekend. I got in my shit. I called one of my partners. I told him, man, I need you to be my witness. I went up and basically got my shit. And now I see when I will it and I put my intention and I clear my path, I can't be stopped. Everybody was telling me, man, you don't want to go to the lion den. Why? The lion ain't got no goddamn teeth. You can't roar me to death. How the fuck you gonna roar me to death? Huh?
Can I
I'm sorry,
add to that
Empress.
real quick?
Yes.
No, I want you to keep talking, but we had already decapitated that lion months ago.
Yes.
It just took you time to get up to that energy to where you were so frustrated, you said, let me go get my shit.
Yes.
We already took care of that. That's what I be trying to tell y'all. We
Yeah.
went so hard and heavy on them. That's why they acting the way they are. We all put energy on them when they had you. Them people don't want no smoke.
Right.
But it happens in the spiritual realm. And I had to get comfortable with that as well. And that's how I've been able to do these things. You have to put your energy and your faith and your confidence in your spiritual practice. That's the only thing is going to get you through, because they already armed up with spiritual things and spiritual practices. They cannot be in those positions without being a part of a secret society that has already schooled them on how to control the masses. And they have taught them how to do sorcery, send them to Jesuit schools, tell them who to pray to. They have used our deities and our ancestors' knowledge to control us. So you have to have your weight up to be able to counteract that. And the knowledge is going to be more powerful when you use it. So when they feel it coming back to them, they back off. They back off. I yield.
It is so. So it is, Ashe.
Ashe.
And that was the easy, when it happened again. Now here it is. This is the second time for me with the Empress involved. I was with the Empress when she shut them down in their face in Charlotte, right? But when I got to the point where I said, man, I ain't did shit. I'm the noble. I'm the one with the Imperium powers. They got my shit. When I got to that point and said, man, I'm going to get my shit. Guess what? I got my shit. So, I'm this week, new testimonies. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for new testimonies. Tomorrow, the Register of Deeds, been turning my paperwork down since I had it. She fixing to accept my shit tomorrow. If I gotta go in there 4 times tomorrow, right? She gonna call the sheriff, or I'm gonna call the sheriff. Matter of fact, I'm gonna call the sheriff because I got them not even wanting to pick me up for a warrant. So I'm gonna file a report.
And that's Clarendon County.
Say again, Empress.
That's Clarendon County got a warrant on you?
Lexington County. The ones who got me up for them 12 days. But see,
so we got to do the same thing we did for Clarendon County, because we didn't do Lexington. We thought you was in Clarendon. Oh, they moved you. That's what they was playing that trick.
That's where I brought the hailstorm. Remember when I was in the hailed and all that? That was Lexington County. You see what I'm saying? So, but it's no biggie, because my paperwork is what it is and it's filed, right? So I'm not worried. You can only win for so long, and then after a while, all this right here, all the sages, all the ancestors that I've read about that got locked up, thrown in the lion's den, thrown in the furnace, thrown in the dungeon, right? In the end, they all walked away and didn't get messed with no more, right? So if that's what it's gonna take to get to the end of this shit, okay, I know what to do now. Since 19, I've been studying. What is this? So 19, 20, 21. So 3 years I've been studying, right? But I've really been going in because I heard that it take 3 years for your mind to really just catch up with what you're doing. And that's happening right now. It's becoming easy. I can remember a little better. So that's confidence. 2 weeks ago, I woke up with the voice that said, you know enough. The hell you doing all this studying for? And then this weekend, it hit me. The hell I got almost $200 worth of ink because I'm printing in red. So when I run out of a red color cartridge, right, I got 3 cartridges of blue and 3 cartridges of yellow, right? So that means I got to buy a whole nother damn some more color, all three of them. So at this point, I ain't doing that no more because that's a fool's way. Not whenever I got the battering ram in my damn pocket, finna knock the door down. I yield, y'all. I'm sorry for talking so much. I really am. But I just wanted to share with the tribe, what I've been going through. But I'm not going through how I'm overcoming. Let me put it like that. I yield. Ashe.
Ashe. It's no more. You don't have to be sorry ever.
Okay.
Appreciate that. So, tribe, when do we need to, in other words, put it like this? I'm one that study, and that ain't no brag. That's just I'm one that is serious enough for me to know how to protect me and mine. But now that protection has come to an end because I know enough. So now it's getting ready to be infection, right? So I'm finna infect some motherfuckers with what I got now because I've been the one who been taking it. Now I'm finna start infecting them with this truth, or as the Empress like to say, consuming their ass with love, right? But the type of love I'm finna show them what God loves. You understand? And that's a sovereign. You understand? They fishing to see what God love, and that's a sovereign that know who the heaven he is. You know what I'm saying?
I say one.
But my question was gonna be, when do we get together? Let me put this on. When do we get together, put something together, and with one accord, stop this jurisdictional tennis match that they playing, right? I'm willing to sit down with anybody who want to build and who want to learn how to do this thing according to the laws of pursuant to the laws of Nenti. I've been studying Constitution, UCC, all of that stuff, but I'm a Cherokee more of the Salagi government, which means that government is going to have to be brought forward. The Empress has brought it forward. Now we got to stand on our square. But being able to get together and do what Brother Jareem was talking about. If they come against me, how do I, or what do we, have those conversations, and then we put the plan down. Once the plan is down, then it's just a matter of rehearsing because it is what it is. But, this Sunday night, I know everybody busy, but if you want to learn how to defend yourself, you need to talk with folks who know how to defend. So I'll just throw that out there. That's open. But I'm talking about as a band, as a tribe, as a group. Okay, well, I guess everybody got it. I saw that one sister on What Happened. There was a sister on named, was it Quincy? Did you see her on earlier, Matriarch? Wasn't it a sister on named Quincy?
That's Brother Pyramid Bay, isn't it?
No, not Quentin. I said it was a sister on.
Yeah, but I didn't see that name.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Brother Rainwater has been quiet.
Brother, that's brain water. He probably turning so much over in his head right now, he can't speak. That's a deep brother right there. That post he gave this week. That I thought that was a real good post. Just kind of letting you know where you were according to the stars. You know what I'm saying, and how things have been written.
Yeah.
You know, for us to win. You know, that's the other part that I haven't learned. I haven't learned that astrology part. I've been trying to learn how to keep these folks off me, and I think I know a little bit. I know enough. You know, I can keep them off me. But the science of that, of the stars, man. You know, reading that the ancestors could predict the future by looking in the sky. You know, and I'm talking about precisely predicting. You know, that's worth learning. So once I get this jurisdictional thing down, that's my next mission, you know, to be able to navigate with this cosmic body, this astral body. You know, you go to sleep, the only thing sleep is your body, your mind traveling. Your body laying it down, but your mind, you know, it clocks in at whatever time you go to sleep, your mind rolling.
Son.
Islam.
Shay.
Rainwater L.
Peace and love.
Peace and love, Noble.
Yeah, I got that information from the Zokin.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody's familiar with that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the pretty much what the Mayan calendar is.
Okay. Yeah, that was
one of the things that it is, because it's many things, but that's one of them. It's a spiritual system where you can kind of pinpoint what's going to happen in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Were you styling and profiling? I didn't know if you wanted to be on camera. I guess you do.
Oh,
we on YouTube, right?
Oh no, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, the sign had came up. My noble Rainwater, we miss you.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Yeah.
So, did you hear any of the lectures? You had a chance to go back and listen to them?
Mm-hmm.
The last one about King Tut?
Oh, yeah.
Ain't that something?
Mm-hmm.
They've been praying to you, Noble.
Yeah.
That's crazy. We saw it when it came up in the geometry. This is some crazy times, boy.
In the gematria, it kept on showing Donald Trump name. It's crazy. Yeah, gematria, that's one tool that I think everybody should at least try and use. You can figure out a lot of stuff. Because numbers are pretty much everything.
Yeah, it's all energy. That's a good way of divination too. So speaking of that, it's almost amazing. It's astounding how fast things are going. I haven't had time or a chance to really take it all in and share it with y'all. But this time that we are in, it is an amazing time. Even though I'm going through a challenge right now, I thank God, thank the Most High creators that I've always been easily adaptable and willing to adapt to any situation. So every day is coming in faster. It's speeding up the revelations. And the more I'm staying in my meditation and staying in the spirit realm and now communing and praying to the energies and the actual names of my ancestors, now that I know who they are, and the deities that I know these people are praying to, is shutting them down like this. So today, y'all saw the video. I had my son on the Ziggity Boom. It was coming and going. I want to thank all of the tribe that has pitched in to help deter these wicked spirits. The ancestors been showing me numbers. So I don't know, I don't know if that's clairvoyance or what, but I'll divinate and I'll find out how many it is. They've been telling me that's why it's hard to shut these attacks down quickly, because it be so many of them. So now they've been showing me how many of them. Today, it was 3,000 of them that tried to come. But that was after I found out who exactly. Y'all will never believe this. This is like one for her story book. It's crazy. And it is so, I mean, I almost don't believe it, but I have to believe it because I have to stay in the now. I have to, take ownership of what's happening. I've never been one to, deny what's right in front of my face, even though it's almost unbelievable. I'm not one of them. I'm never one to be in denial. I deal with it, whatever it is, showing me who it is and what it is in my face. I'm dealing with it right then and right there. But later on, I'm like, oh my God, this is absolutely crazy. If it wasn't happening to me, I probably wouldn't believe it. A lot of people, even my daughter, she don't really understand the magnitude of these attacks that have come against me and that are coming against her brother, because they haven't attacked her like that. It's a reason why they, attacked him. But anyway, thank y'all and thank the Most High creators that I got it under control. We had a breakthrough today. And you said the rag caught fire. When I said that, one of the nobles on the call said the rag in front of him just caught fire. You got some powerful energy. That's a confirmation. Yeah, I put their ass in the fire.
I say, and right now I can't. It's not even letting me turn my video on to show you the rag. That's wild. So I'm gonna take a picture though and send it to the group chat, tribe chat. I say.
Were you doing anything for the rag to do that? Were you doing any prayers or anything?
I wasn't. I was watching the rag move in front of me. So I'm partaking in, the tribe session and the energy. So that's ritual, and I just broke fast with the evening prayer and then prayer, opening prayers. So like I said, looking at this rag as it was moving in front of me, you were saying what you were saying. The only explanation I could say is spirit. The energy is real. I think the rag moved across a heated frequency, a heated part of the. I'm not sure. That was wild, and it literally caught fire. So I say.
Yeah, I burned a lot of fires today. From the time I'm rejuvenated only because the Anunnaki paid me a visit right after I made this revelation. Y'all, this is so crazy. And I gotta say it and document it because I've been trying to keep a journal, but things happening so fast, and I don't want to lose track of these events that's happening. Because the ancestors keep telling me I need to be making a journal of all of this. But it's just happening. I haven't been able to take my mind or my energy away from my son and everything that's going on. I have to pay attention at all times. And I was keeping him in the house today and the ancestors told me I got to learn how. So this has been a lesson, for me and for my son. Ancestors been showing me how to wield my power, how to use my energy. Ask them to control him. Don't let him out the house while he's under attack. And I called upon a large number of them. So every time these spirits was trying to make Blake leave, he'd go to the door and he'd think of something else and turn back around and wouldn't leave out the door. But one time today, I walked away for a few minutes to come in the bathroom, get myself together, and I heard the door close. And I ran out and I said, Blake, come back here. And I had to start doing my prayers to break all spells for my son to walk out the house with no clothes on. He had on a towel. I had to snap him out of it. And I had to do my chants and I had to keep binding those spirits off of him and get him back in the house. And I have to do it with the spirit realm because I'm not strong enough physically to detain him. So that's what they're showing me. That's a lesson they're showing me, that the power is in the ancestors, the invocation to them. They're not more powerful than us. That's what they're reminding me of. And it's been a challenge. They have put me to the test. And I'm telling you, the noble came over yesterday and we did some prayers for Blake. But the only power that they have is the numbers. And we are diminishing their numbers. But when I tell you, I was doing my prayers and I was doing the chants over and over again. And I'm thinking to myself, who else is it? Like, I know we taking these people, ancestors moving these people out the way. I had a flash and I saw Tyler Perry's face.
Oh.
Now, this has been coming to me and I missed it. I should have, somebody came to me recently and told me some things about him and some others, but I didn't think it had any relation to me and what was happening in my life. And it's, during the time where I was filing a lot of liens and there was a lot of press being, put out there regarding me filing liens, I seen one of his shows. I seen a little flash of one of his shows because I don't really watch his stuff, but it was online or on YouTube or something. It was a commercial, I guess, maybe a play or something he had did. And he said, nigga, I'll file a lien on you. And I was thinking to myself, I wonder if somebody telling him about me. Because I hadn't heard nobody, in television or in the movie ever say nothing like that. And that was just something that came back to me today. That, these people be watching us gaining material, especially those of us, now that I know they've been watching me like a microscope. They're getting information from us to, for their material and stuff. Real life people they get their material from. So anyway, that's just a side note. The ancestors, now I already dealt with this with somebody, and I already found out that he is high in the Jesuit order. After I sent in a royal decree a few weeks ago, they arrested him and some others. And the ancestors showed me he was one of the ones that's high in that order. And, you know, you have to think about it. Nobody can be at this, as long as these Jesuits was in control and the way they got things set up, no one can reach that height of status without being in their order. This is something that I come to know. And you cannot, just like you can't be in you know, in these high up government jobs without being in that order. So after the ancestors showed me his face, I started working on him. Then the spirit realm works like that. That's what I be trying to tell y'all. That's why I want more of the tribe to hone in on their spiritual practices, because you'll start to see how fast, when you commune every day and you do your spiritual work every day, the spirits is right there with you all the time. They haven't left you if you always in contact with them. So the time I made that thought, and I went to my window and started invoking with my face to the sun, because it happens like that when you do it, in the sun. That's action, immediate action. It was only like 2 or 3 minutes later that Blake started acting normal again, and everything went silent. I said, okay, I hit my mark. And that's usually how it happens. And, we had that confirmation in the tribe already. When we do our rituals, we can tell that we hit our mark. It'll go completely dead silent. Ain't no cars moving, ain't nothing happening. And you can hear a pin drop. So when that happened, I knew I had hit my mark, and they had got up off of my son. He started acting normal. He walked straight to the door normally, and the ancestors didn't keep him. He wasn't confused like before when I asked the ancestors and my spiritual protectors to keep him inside if he's still under attack. He wasn't, going back and forth, opening the door, closing the door, like something was keeping him out from going out when I had that protection up. So this time when everything went silent, Blake started acting normal and he went on and left, and I didn't stop him. Everything felt normal. So I, asked the ancestors, divined about it, and they was like, yeah, this, nobody is following him. He's good. Go on and let him leave, because he is the type, he's not going to just sit around. He cannot do that. So it's a difficult. He told me yesterday this is hard for him, and I know it is, because he don't really understand what's going on. But everything is in divine order. The ancestors made sure, because I was under attack at an early age, but I was around 30 when I had my first attack, but that was only what I thought to be one or a few individuals who had done that to me. But this right here, just imagine being a 21-year-old and you going through all of this. Ancestors definitely preparing him for something great. But so after I seen that, I went to work on it. First, I verbally sent it out, and then I started writing my invocation to put in the fire. And it stayed quiet and silent for a while. Then they started attacking me. Now these are spiritual assassins who try to take your kidneys. Like my ankles are swollen. You know how I have showed y'all on more than one occasion my ankles being swollen. I can feel them attacking my kidneys and stuff. These is what you call spiritual assassins in the spirit realm, in the spirit world. They're called spiritual assassins. Okay. They know how to send spirits to, take a person's kidney. And we've been under some wicked, wicked spells for the last 100 years. And it ain't no explanation for this wickedness. And it ain't really understood if you're not actually dealing with this. Like, I didn't ask to be dealing with all of this. I did probably, in the spirit realm when I chose to come back here and do this work. But the average person would not be able to survive this. I had to have been equipped for this. This is just absolutely crazy. The type of stuff that, I've had to deal with, and now I'm dealing with it with my son. And the ancestors just been revealing to me that all of us, they showed me several individuals that this, the same type of MO, they chase them with the police. They keep following them. It's a lot of individuals who they do this to. And a lot of them are in the public eye. And the characteristics of this is the same like me, as we all in the same family line. You a leader, you independent, and you saying F them. You don't have no fear of them, and you're not studying them. And you are heir to the throne. You are heir to, if you in this imperial family line, by birthright and inheritance, they know you are heir to the throne. And they always looking for the Messiah. It's just that with me, I didn't even know, because I didn't grow up with that knowledge. So that was my saving grace. And then I didn't come out until the age of 33. I was right at 33, going on 34. It was a few months to come after I made my first big bang to these people and put myself on the map. I was 2 months shy of my 34th birthday. So they couldn't really stop me at age 33. And they know once you get past that age 33, that is a wrap. So this is why they always, if you notice certain individuals, they take them out and they be age 33. Why is that? Because they know the science of that. And they know that imperial bloodline is the Christ. The Christ is going to come through that bloodline. So they always trying to find who that could be. That person is going to have certain characteristics. And once they identify those characteristics, they start attacking that person or that family line. So these are the things that I've come to understand, having gone through these challenges and not really understanding why I've gone through them. Because I know I was standing on my square, but I wasn't doing nothing no different from any other Moor, but I was being challenged the most. I was being attacked the most. And I've had plenty of Sandra Bland moments that these people, by all intensive purposes, had the power, what appeared to be the power, which they didn't, because you got to have that power for spiritually, which it looked like in the physical they had the power. They could have easily took me out. But we working with a higher power. And I ain't going out like that. And thank the Most High and the creators that I'm spiritually protected before I even knew I was spiritually protected. And this is something that made me get comfortable with doing this work, knowing that they can't hurt me. Go on and do what you got to do. Go on and do what you came here to do. And don't be afraid. And so after that, I was able to get further confirmation through these prophecies that, I've gotten around since around the age of 30, all the way up until now. I'm still getting, confirmations and readings from spiritual mentors and those that can see in a reading what's supposed to happen in my life. So those type of things is really important to keep you inspired, to keep you focused, to give you the confidence to know that you are doing the right thing, you're walking in your right path, and you're not wasting a lot of time doing a lot of figuring and guesswork and making a lot of mistakes. So, in that regard, it really helped me know that I need to push forward at all times, no matter what. That's what gave me my strength. Getting that word from the spirit realm is very important. So it didn't allow all the things they did to me, didn't allow them to break my spirit because I already knew who I was at that point. I knew it was all BS. And that's so important. Knowing is half the battle, as they say. And I think it's more than half the battle. Because just like dealing with these entities and these courts and these folks that's behind these desks, they already know who we are. You just have to know who you are. And most of us, we've already given them our, proclamation, our notice of who we are. And it's, just as simple as acting on it. You have to walk in that in which you claim you are. And it's that simple. And you won't be challenged. Ain't that the crazy part? Just like I walked up to the police station and shut it down. I walked up to the courthouse, shut it down. I walked up to the register of deeds, shut it down. It's only open to us. It's back in the de jure framework, so to speak, the de jure government. So now all we have to do is place people in the proper line of work that's in the tribe. I'm just following the ancestors' guides and footsteps, but it's already done. I showed y'all the video, which I'm going to put it in a commercial form and begin to recruit those that are in alignment with our mission to come here. I just haven't had time, but I showed the tribe since January 1. I'm moving forward in the capacity of a ruler, and my orders are being complied with. I showed the tribe in our Telegram group, and I have I'll put together something nice, like a commercial. Maybe I'll put some flashes of the royal decree that I wrote regarding for what I wanted the sheriff to do. He did it and put it on that green paper, and he put it up there. And they're clearing these people out little by little. But we are in the infancy stage of something new, something great is about to happen. And there's still a lot of opposition on the ground. And for us not to have an army, we have to move and tread lightly and be able to maneuver without hindrance. So that's why things have to be done quietly for now. But just a notice and an announcement to the tribe, I am waiting on some callbacks from some law enforcement and noble, some of the Moors in the tribe We've had a conversation this past week that they'll be coming down to help with these properties on the land that I SG'd last September at the manufactured home spot. And so we're going to build from there and get these properties prepped for the incoming Moors in the tribe that need to come. But first, it's got to be the law enforcement, those that's willing to maintain the security of what I have already attained. That's first. And so those Moors, the law enforcement, Imperial Guards, and Empress Army is going to be the ones to come here first to help facilitate and secure everything. We are looking good to have a smooth transition, but we still have to be on the ready for anything that may arise. And I'm just the type that I'll go do whatever I need to do. Like if I see these people around here just disrespecting my word and my royal decree, one of them liable to get laid out because I'm about to go get me something heavy. Because I'm at that point where I'm not playing with these people. I issue orders for those that violate me, orders for death every day. And I'm not, getting ready to, because I don't have an army here, not stand on my word. I'm not that kind of person. Anything I do, I'm gonna go all the way with it. I'm all the way in or I'm all the way out. That's just the type of person I am. Once I start it, I'm going to go all the way. So just like I was saying before, I had closed this deal on this place that I'm in 2 months prior to moving in here. So by the time I got here, those that monitor my every move had their people all in here already. And these people, some of them, they being moved out slowly now, but the Catholic Church put all of these people in these houses around me to do their witchery. This is the kind of element we dealing with. So you dealing with a power structure that control the music industry, control the movie industry, control the financial industry, control TV and film, control the sports industry. These are the same Jesuits that controlled everything. Here's what the ancestors told me, why they found me as such a threat. They know that the empire stopped in my family line, specifically to my great-great-grandmother. That's the problem they had with me. Even my own family members. But check this out. Ain't no way that let me see, can I find this picture of them real quick? Because I've been telling y'all. Share my screen. Ain't no way that I'm gonna let some 3/5 rule over me. Now, this is what my own family members, they wasn't a part of no order. These orders was for the empire. The empire, this goes back to the beginning of time. Those that are in these orders, the daughters of the Nile, daughters and sons of the Nile, daughters and sons of Isis, Knights Templar, the Knights just came in the recent years, meaning like the last, a lot of things was incorporated by these Jesuits and these Catholic church when they created the Islamic order, the Catholic order, and the Jesuit order. They inputted a lot of things that was not a part of what the empire had as a structure. And then the things that they did have as a structure, they turned it all around and for wicked and for their own interests. So the empire had all of these groups, but they were like intercessors. Like in church, you'll have intercessors. They'll have a committee of elders, a committee of the mothers, stuff like that. These groups were there to support the empire, to do prayers and spiritual work, to create things and to manifest things, not to tear down people and use these groups to gang stalk and impose your will on people and take them out with sorcery like they doing. This is why it had to be brought to me, because I have to end this karmic cycle and bring the law back. So now I can really see how matriarch keeps telling me that I'm gonna be the one to change all of this. And I wasn't really feeling that at first. I'm like, how am I gonna change all of this? I know I'm doing what I'm doing, but when I tell you this episode with my son and what they have shown me, yeah, I can see that. I can see that because everything that's happening to me, like right now, today, I came face to face with the heads of the entertainment industry and film industry. Before, let's see, I already dealt with the financial industry. So all of these industries that these imposters took over, I've had to deal with them because they came to me trying to take me out. Thank God, thank the Most High and the creators and the ancestors that they got me up to speed with all of this before this attack on my son. I don't mean this was crazy. This was like absolutely nothing I ever seen before in my life. I knew all the whole time what it was, but it scared me because I'm like, it kept coming and going, and I'm like, this, I got real upset today. And that's what they allow us to get that way so that we can go into action. Show us what you made of. Pull it out of you. This is what they do. Because they know I'm not letting nothing happen to mine. I'm about to figure this out. This is not going to happen. So as I'm going through this process of trying different things, they showed me how to control it. They showed me that I can get through this no matter how many it is. They are not granted the authority. They're not granted the authority. So they're never going to win. I don't care how many they have. You've been given the authority. All you have to do is say the word. And they show me the number. I say the word and it stops. But I had to get comfortable with knowing that I have that power. This is the thing that we're coming back into, and that I'm responsible for bringing this knowledge back to our lineage who lost it. So after that, it was Tyler Perry. The ancestor showed me Oprah Winfrey. She's the head of the Daughters of Isis. Now we've been for how many months? For a year and a half, we've been dealing with the Daughters of Isis. Okay. Tyler Perry was the head. Okay, so these Jesuits, the ancestors said these Jesuits, they knew they did not have the DNA. They did not have the power to stop me. So who did they go and get? Those who are under their order, who have melanin like me, and who they felt like could stop me, and which they have been hindering me for a long time. But now I'm coming into my full power, so they can't hide from me. These people are so slick that they have been playing with the spirit realm. They play in it like it's a game. That's what pisses me off. They don't have no respect. They ask the ancestors. You remember how I keep talking about, Goddess Diana, who they call the Black Madonna. A lot of them pray to her and all these different deities. They specifically asked her to block me from seeing the truth. And so ancestors told me that. So now when I divinate, I clear my path and I make sure, ancestors don't allow anyone to hide from me. Don't allow anyone to block the truth from me. They can actually do that. They have done that. They can manipulate a person's future. This is why it's so dangerous to have this type of knowledge and power and to put it in the hands of just anybody. So when people say that stuff ain't, they don't have a clue that it's people in this world right now today using this knowledge, coming together in great numbers, using this power to manipulate people and move their way to the top. I know it. I know it for a fact. I know it for truth. This is what they did. It's a lot of stuff that I'm gonna be putting in the books, the True Testament books, that the ancestor told me this is how they took over the empire. But it had to stop. They sent 2,000 after my great greats and hid themselves from them. So they never knew, because all of us in this family line, we have certain powers like dreams, clairvoyance, clairaudience, all of that. I've had this ever since I was young, but it wasn't in full bloom, and I didn't really understand it. I just knew that I would know things, and I just didn't never pay it no attention. I didn't think it was nothing. But it's definitely a gift. And as I'm getting older, I'm honing in on those gifts now that I'm aware of them. See, I was once told that, these things, like I got a reading from my Babalawo, my godfather. These things are in your path, but you still have to work at them. You still have to work at this. So as I began to, keep working at it, all of these gifts are kicking in. Like right now, things are so clear. Things are coming in so clear. And Jupiter is in conjunct of Neptune as of April 1st. A lot of things getting ready to change in our favor financially. And I know that we are at the forefront of that. So just knowing these things helps, keep me in perspective, and I can see the alignment of what I'm actually doing, and in retrospect and looking at what's happening in the planets. I'm like, wow. Because sometimes you'll get a certain energy or a certain urge and you go and you don't know why. And I'll turn on my astrology, one of my astrology readers that I like to watch, and then I can see why. Oh, that's why I'm moving in this direction. The planets dictate that. So getting back to dealing with who came to the forefront today. It was Oprah Winfrey. It was three of them. Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, and Danny Glover have been the ones. They are the Boule. They have been the ones that have been at the top of the order as far as being the most powerful. They are not at the top of the order to give the orders, but as far as power, they are. They at the highest level of the Boule. So that's who it was coming after me and funding the missions to come after me. And it's crazy because just when I thought it was my cousin, and I thought I had, moved him from my path, then I'm thinking, okay, so it ain't nobody else that can really challenge me. But I had a long way to go since a year and a half ago, or since a year ago, not even a year ago yet. There's so many different people, power pieces that was on the chessboard that I had no clue about. I just, you never know until you're challenged with something and you see guidance and answers like, who is this? Thank God, thank the Most High and the creators and ancestors that I have a way to get answers. Because before, when all this stuff started happening a long time ago, probably like 6 years ago, really came in heavy. Well, 2016, yeah. After I filed that document at the Library of Congress, and after I put in a cease and desist order for them to stop using my name, because all of these people in the financial industry, all they ever do is identity theft. They don't know nothing else. They can't create nothing. They can't create nothing. They're parasitic, symbiotic individuals, meaning that everything they have gained has been off the sweat equity and labor of another individual. They can't create nothing. Although they took power and took over, they are not creators. So everything is identity theft. They're like vultures. Anybody that has anything in their name, they want to take it over and get rid of that person. This is the way of the enemy. This is the way of the Jew, going back since they got out the cave. Can do that research on how they used to sit on the side of the road and wait for wealthy families to come past to kill them, take their stuff, and assume their identities. It's no different today. But yet they they were sitting in power. These are the things that I deal with every day. Getting rid of these people. They're wicked. They brought in all this pedophilia. We didn't have no molestation in our community till they came in and changed the whole structure of everything that was already set up. So everything that the empire had set up, they came in and started using it for their agendas and for their wickedness, child trafficking, and all of these, sacrifices and rituals, because this is what makes them thrive. This is what helps them thrive. But that is not what the empire and our ancestors used these knowledges for. Of course, they had them. They was in place, but they didn't use them for wicked. Now we dealing with a situation. We got to get rid of these people. Well, these non-human beings, these 3/5 RH animal blood types. because they're not human. They're not of our blood. They're not a man. They're 3/5 of a man. This is very serious. This is something that, when it came to me, I sent it in and I told them, those who are in positions that can make a change, I told them this is serious. This needs to be handled. These people are the ones who are killing up to 1 million indigenous women and people every year, killing off the population just so they can survive. They're cannibals by nature. Beasts. You dealing with an animal and a beast that came in and changed the whole world. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Especially not knowing what I know now. I could never let nothing like that rule over me. But I had cousins, because these individuals somehow got their way to the top of the order and started giving orders down to the imperial bloodline. How does that happen? Mind control, sorcery. They learn how to do sorcery to mind control them. All of these people that I'm talking about are under a spell. That's why I have to get rid of them. I have to ask the ancestors to remove these people from my path forever and do my rituals, because they are set to go. They've been given an order. They're not going to stop until it's accomplished. So that makes me rise up to that level that they're at and become even more vicious, because I have to survive. So now I'm a spiritual assassin as well, because I had to be. You're not getting ready to take me out. I'm sorry. I'm about to figure this out. You ain't coming for mine. You ain't coming for my children. No. But that's because I'm a fighter. That's because I was equipped with this fire in me to do this work and make sure that these people are gone off the planet. I'm not talking about just from around me. My job is, every challenge that comes to me is the betterment of all of humanity, because they have affected all of humanity. These enemies of mine that come for me have affected every facet of the world. So by me doing my job and protecting myself and my family to get rid of them spiritually is going to help affect the whole world for the better. So now that I know that, and I mean, I really know it because I know the lineage and the family name that I come from, I don't hesitate. Ain't no hesitation, because I know that's the job I came here to do, to correct this wicked devil, beast, or whatever you want to call it, that was created. They created a monster and it got out of control. Anytime you can get to the level of status to where you got so much money, you can have your own restaurant to serve human beings, and act like it ain't nothing to it, and have a town named after cannibalism, like ain't nobody gonna say shit to you or do nothing to you. These people, I ain't never seen nothing like this. Now that I'm dealing at this level, it's so crazy to see all of this going on. It just crazy that it had been able to go on. Like nobody been able to stop this. Trafficking children, exploiting our young men for them to display their talents. They got to be involved in this and that. They have to become initiated in these rituals and, do sacrifices, become homosexual. I mean, we dealing with a lot. This beast has came and brought a lot of turmoil to our people. So we have to have committees bringing forth this new government, because they're going to have to we're gonna have to clean up everything because they bringing all this pedophilia and molestation into the movies and into the eye gate of our children, and that's something we have to stop. Which it ain't nothing but a word to stop it. But like I said, this Jesuit order has been in rulership of everything moving. So those are the things that the tribe and the new government is going to have to go through and curtail, have a committee to, research and go through movies to make sure once I get the order that these entities have taken this movie out or edited this and edited that, you see, because they doing too much and they trying to ease that in, all this pedophilia and all of this different, perversion. They trying to ease it in little by little. But all of this is coming from the Jesuit priesthood. The black-eyed priest, the rhesus monkey priest hybrid, staying in some monastery somewhere, calling the shots, staying and hiding, and got all of these people under their control, mind controlling them and giving them orders. And it's just crazy. They in the music industry heavy and every other industry heavy. Pay that debt. They looking like what? You look at different situations and ask yourself what may have happened with some of these, ball players, entertainers. Ain't nobody taking out these independent artists, but these Jews and Jesuit CEOs of these record labels. So that's who I dealt with today. The ancestors showed me that. They started last night showing me because a video of YK Osiris, I think his name is being persecuted now because he came out and told the truth about what goes on in the industry. And what he did is quite Christ-like. And what's going on in his life is quite Christ-like. He's now being defamed and persecuted because he came out and told the truth. So then they, reprimanded him. Had all these other artists, embarrass him, exploit him, defame him, trying to teach him a lesson because he came out and told the truth about the industry. I promise you, he's gonna be the one to run the industry one day. They gonna all be his footstool because I know how the spirit realm works. And I know what it looks like when somebody's being persecuted. The story is right there, in the Holy Scriptures. All those that persecuted him is going to be his footstool because he kept the word of the Most High and kept the law. Don't matter who thinks they in control right now. They don't have the last say so. So this is who it was, family, all this time. I had no clue. I've been astonished all day. Like, this is so crazy. That I said my own people, the ancestors quickly corrected me. I heard them say, these are not your people, they are wicked. I was like, yeah, you're right. But you would think, we come, I know I come from a place of love, And I just can't see it. I can't, I can't understand or fathom how this type of energy can come out of somebody with melanin like me. But again, they be in control. They have to take orders. And so because I understand that now, I overstand it. I deal with them accordingly. I don't give a F who you are. I don't care how much you think clout you got. You come for me. I'm in this little old manufactured home, and these people be coming for me like I don't know what, like 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 I'm the president or something. I'd be like, these people ain't got nothing better to do than to follow me. And I had to hurry up and figure this out. Like, what is going on? Now I figured it out, and I pray that this is the end of this. Because when I tell you thousands, it is no joke. It is really no joke. I'm just glad that I can protect myself and protect my son right now, and been able to share this information with the tribe on how to do protection rituals and different things like that. Because when this first started happening to me, I was not that familiar with this world. This is like a whole different world that I'm in. Like, it's crazy. And we getting ready to change the world, family. Our energy we putting out, we are going to change the world for the better. We are changing the world. We may not see it right this instant, but it is coming. And it is going to be a great change on this planet because of us and because of what we're doing and our intent and how consistent we are with it. And I'm going to end it with this. The Most High said, and I'm paraphrasing, those that keep my word will have food in a time of famine. So we are staying dedicated and diligent and keeping the word and keeping the law. And we are going to be the ones blessed in the end. Ashe, 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 why? I yield. Anyone else have anything to say? Go right ahead before we end the call. Matriarch.
Yes, it's Empress Nancy. Thank you for that. I thoroughly enjoyed you. I had a paper sitting on top, and it was from the Declaration of Independence. What did I do with it? Well, oh, here it is. It's still on top. It was just under a paper. Now, this came to mind because Moors is talking like they don't have a right to, or this will show you got more of a right to. It says, to Emperor Muhammad III bin Abdullah al-Khatib, we, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America and General Congress, assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude. And rectitude is straightforward correctness, rightness of principles, conduct, and moral virtue. Okay, it says the rectitude of our intentions due in the name of and by authority of the good people of the colonies, solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states. They are absolved from all allegiance to Great Britain crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved and free and independent states. They have full power to levy war, conduct peace, contract allegiance, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things with which independent states may of right do. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on protection and divine providence, we mutually pledge each other our lives and fortunes and our sacred honor. Emperor Muhammad III was the head of the Continental Congress. The Albines are the colonists. They were 35 Moors and 20 Anglo-Saxons, these Albions, in Congress. Now, they were there as the witnesses. The judge is Emperor Muhammad III bin Abdullah al-Khatib. At that time, he was
What year?
controlled.
What year?
I don't have a year on here. At that time, he was controlling 3/4 of the world. All the colonists are all subjects to the emperor for you helping us for support and a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence. And that was the emperor, because he was giving them guidance, and it only comes from the emperor. When he was the writer, signer, and the sealer of the Treaty of Peace and Friendship of 1786, 1787, and ratified in Congress 1836. Emperor was running government. Everybody was under the emperor, under the United Nations Declaration Act number 1514. All colonists are ordered to leave America, and it is the law of the land in full effect. And that was 1960 that law came about. And that's when they started with the Black exploitation, the drugs and the sex, everything. And I mean, it just went to the left when they came out with this order, because the United Nations says what they have been doing is against what they practice, what they stand for in the United Nations. So these people are subjects. They have given their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor to be here. So they're subjects. I was reading that today and I said, wow, these
Okay.
people are subjects. They have no rights.
Well, ancestors gave me a different story. Those events happened, but it was in the name of the emperor of the empire, which was Emperor Moses Maximus. And he is the one who owned 3/4 of the world. It was not the Moroccan Empire. It was not the emperor in Morocco. That emperor was put in place by the empire. These individuals, these imposters who came and changed our Bible, our history books, and whitewashed things, they didn't stop there. Their aim and their agenda was to wipe out all remnants and recognizance of the ruling family. They went about the business of going around the world, aiming to assassinate the entire first royal family of Tahuti.
Yes.
Whose name they took out of the Bible, whose name you never heard about in any of the holy scripts when they the ones who wrote the holy scripts.
Right.
But their names was omitted from it. That's how we know they touched it, they put their hands on it, and they altered it. And they did no different with different constitutional records when they came into power, just like the Constitution that refers to the 3/5, which is them. Was talking about them, those that came out of the cave, those that was a known law in, since they was created, that they are not to have the same rights as us. The different RH blood types, they were created to work for us as laborers. They don't have the same blood as mankind. So to avoid the biggest lie and the biggest cover up is that they had to conceal who they really are and where they really came from. So in order for them to do that, they had to change our family line, my family line. They had to change some stuff.
Right.
So that really, even though I reference the Emperor of Morocco, it always felt like something was missing. And so recently, that was revealed to me, and I just asked again as you was talking.
Right.
That's the family line who own 3/4 of the world. What I have come back into right now, the over 50 countries, that's in my family lineage. It wasn't in Morocco. Morocco is a part of Morocco is one of the countries within the empire of these 50 countries that my family line owned, not owned. Let me correct that. Not owned. We are just the stewards and the custodians of these lands, and in our family line we are the governors of the land, which makes sure everything is in order and everybody has their land, and the land is to be brought back to the people, which is my job, my prophecy. Joshua 1:3-6, which says, as it was promised to Moses.
Moses Maximus.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah, so I saw that today and I just said, wow, let me bring this up. And now I get a clarity. I appreciate
they
you
always
sharing.
mix the truth. They always mix some of the truth with a lie. They changed everything. They now that I know, see, that's why it's so important to know where you come from. So you know where you're going. And and when you study self, you can tell where the lie is immediately. They cannot fool me. This is why they want to get rid of those of us with this gift. You can't tell a lie to everybody. Everybody won't go for that. These ones coming here now, they ain't going for none of that stuff. Mask wearing and this and that. They be looking like whatever. It don't even faze them because they know the truth is in them. Whereas 50, 60 years ago, they had, browbeat everybody down, and the energy wasn't wasn't on the planet for them to uprise and do different things. They was marching and stuff like that, but to be totally defiant, that energy wasn't here yet.
Right. Now
you got youngins here that's just totally defiant. They ain't trying to hear nothing like that. They like, it is not resonating with them because they know it's not true. So that's the way it is with me right now. The more I'm honing and developing my spiritual gifts. But, I always had that though. You can't just tell me anything. I know you lying if you try to tell me anything. But, as I'm going every day in my spiritual practice as a high priestess and really walking into this power and and crying out to the ancestors, I need to know, I need to have answers, they will surely show you exactly what has to be done, and anything you asking them, they're going to do it, because it's time. And if it's in your path, if it's in your true fated destiny, they're going to show you exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So yeah, they altered that. They altered a lot of things, that I'm adamant about getting back, getting the correct, making sure the record is straight.
Yeah, that's a job.
Shay, it
And the Pope
definitely
is
is.
trying to make a new Bible because he wants to keep the lie going.
No, he know I'm making the claims. I told y'all. Remember, I told y'all that he know it has to be changed because he knows a lie. He know what they did. An heir has stepped up. They know they can't keep lying.
And the liar
That's
lies because he knows the truth.
mm-hmm. That already went in. That royal decree already went in. They got to correct the record, and that's already in our charter. You're gonna put our faces and names back where they belong. So that's what it is. Anything they doing right now is not because they want to do it. They doing it because they have to do it. Shay,
Shay one.
mama is home. I'm learning how to walk in this uh
Mad
true life.
human drama.
Yeah, I'm living a real life drama. For real. This is stuff for definitely for TV. I'll be looking like, oh my God, I can't make this stuff up. I
Can't make
cannot
it
make this stuff up.
up. You know,
Mm-mm.
yes. Woo, it's gonna get better when they get gone.
Yeah, it's definitely getting better. It's definitely getting better. It's just a process. And if you don't have the wherewithal to hang in there throughout the duration of the process, people fall short.
Well, it's no place else to go.
Well, we know that.
That's crazy life. Well, it's not crazy. It's just that they are thinking they're winning. Well, they think they got everything in their control, but their time is up. Hear no evil, speak no evil.
Somebody is on YouTube saying that Great Britain rules the U.S. corporation. Great Britain gives Moors autonomy through the British and Morocco Treaty 1856, which overrides the U.S. corporation jurisdiction. Says somebody in the chat. Afro Samurai saying that.
Afro Samurai, what a name. Great Britain. They obviously don't know the family bloodline,
Mm-mm.
even
But
Great
all of these
Britain.
things, the family in Great Britain is one of the family, um, part of the family that took over the empire unlawfully, ran my great great grandparents off of the throne. So that's why a lot of things are pointing towards Great Britain, just like the courts, all of the, attorneys, the lawyers, and anybody having a bar card, they allegiance is to Britain. That's
Yes.
because, especially in the South, Britain, my great great aunt, sister to my great great grandmother, she moved to Britain, but the South was granted to her as her property. I mean, as her governance. That's why a lot of things were different in the South, because she went to Great Britain and sent those Scots over here to ravage the South. And, um, certain aspects of the land and courts and different, the treasury, different things was granted to different people in the family. Okay.
You'll
Goddess,
never find out.
Goddess Diana Farnese of Italy, the mother of Moses, Emperor Moses Maximus. She is the one who created the Holy Rockmont Empire in Italy, Rame, Italy. Rame, Italy. When they came in and took over the empire, they slightly changed the name of it. She is the mother of all nations. She is the one who created a lot of the civilization that we know today. She's the one who created the Pentagon buildings and structures first in Italy. Then her grandson made a replica here in America when he came and brought the foundation of the empire from Italy to here. But the empires followed through that family line. The three owning 3/4 of the world came from her, the mother, the goddess Diana, the mother of all nations, who all of them pray to for power, which they can't pray to her no more because I have asked her to cut off their prayers and their repentance. And only an heir of them can do that. They explained to me, the ancestors came and told me that I now can change the law because these people been abusing their power. The law is for people to be able to repent of their sins, but they abused that and kept doing wicked. And I was able to see that. Remember, I told the tribe that these people was out here repenting right in front of me. That's how they keep coming back. They come over here, they do
Right.
wicked, they do sorcery, they doing all this stuff to me. And then I tell the ancestors to go and get them, and the ancestors get on them, the spirits get on them, and they bow their head and start praying. And the ancestors said they're repenting out of it. So they told us stop their repentance. So that's what we do now in our rituals.
Yes.
We can't keep letting the wicked come back here.
No.
They gotta go. They gotta go. And so they're taking me by the hand and showing me the power and authority that I have. And that only comes from this family line. Because
Yes.
the ones who created all of this and wrote the Bible
Yes.
and wrote the law, that's why the law came so easy to me. I can turn a book open whenever I was having a challenge and come right to the answer. I never thought
Yes.
nothing of that.
That's wonderful. I
Yeah,
have
that's
done that.
why I'm able to yeah, that's how you know the spirit is with you. When you can open the book, you have a question in your mind and you open the book right to the page you're looking for. Give you the
Yes.
answer. So we are not here alone.
No,
And
we're not.
so that's why I acknowledge them. I thank them. I, commune with them because I need them. I
Yes.
cannot make it alone in this world. Ain't no way. It's just no way. That's the only way we're gonna defeat this beast that's done took over. That is no longer like that. I was I've been working day and night. I'm telling you, I'm exhausted.
I can imagine. Yes,
I'm exhausted. When I say I've been doing spiritual work from sun up to sundown,
yes,
oh my God. They really pushed me to the challenge this time. And
yes.
you talking about you gonna take my son? No, you're not. Mm-mm. And I'm the only one that can understand this and understand him. So he had to come stay over here with me so I can monitor and see everything they doing and saying. I can whatever they doing, it'll come out in him. They telling him to say this, say that, all kind of crazy stuff.
Right,
And so I know what to pray against to stop him from doing that. They trying to manipulate him, and keep talking about little baby, the music industry, and all of this and that. And I'm saying to myself, once they showed flashed who it was, I said I should have been known who this was. Trying to manipulate him, mind control him, sway him, and he every now and then he'll talk about a ritual. I'm thinking to myself, who got him saying a ritual? Whoever this was working on him with a witchcraft altar or doing mind control on him, got him talking about got him talking about a ritual and different things in the industry. I was wondering, like, why does he keep saying stuff like this when he go through one of them episodes? This is somebody manipulating him.
right. And they putting it right
So
there.
yeah, that's why I've been monitoring. That's all I've been doing. I haven't done nothing else but monitor this situation. And it finally came clear to me exactly who it was. I mean, they've been trying to repent all day, and I've been denying they've been flying planes. No, don't come over here asking for no repentance. You wasn't asking for
No,
repentance when you was trying to take me and my son's life.
no. Their
Mm-mm.
time is up. Their time is up.
These people are so wicked, it's ridiculous. Playing in the spirit realm like that all the time. I can't stand them.
I don't know how they can play in the spirit realm. I thought the spirit realm they couldn't do anything like that.
No, they do it. It's up to us to stop it. That's what I learned. That is what I learned. That's why I said these people, they gotta go.
They need to
Wicked.
go.
They just power hungry and wicked.
It's
And
never
and most
enough.
of them are under a spell. These higher ups in these orders, they have
Yeah,
spells on them. They put spells on them, keep them moving, doing their bidding like a robot. Crazy.
like a robot. Like a robot.
Yeah, they jump right into action. They give them an order. They like whores. They do exactly what they told. They don't have a mind of their own. They can't defy their orders from the higher up, is what I'm saying. So they immediately do whatever they told to do.
Right. It was a brother named Steve Copley. Uh, he died, transpired a couple years ago. But he was like the first one that I ever saw come up with all this information about the Boule and all these other type people, where they are, when they started, what they've been doing, all these ratchet companies, the Hughes and all these people. He just had it down pat. And he came to Baltimore. He was from California. And he went around telling everybody, but the people were still asleep. Sleep at the wheel.
Hmm.
Steve Copley. Yeah, I really liked him. But
Yeah,
when you
name
started
sound
talking
familiar.
about the Boule, I was like, oh wow, yeah, I can see that. They go in
That's
the
the
car,
last one I didn't even ever think of them until it just came right up in my face today.
they go into these colleges and recruit these intelligent children that you ready? They recruit these intelligent children, give them scholarships and all kinds of things like this. And they got them after that. So,
Hmm. Yeah,
yes,
they get them young and impressionable, and once they sign that contract and sign they self and they soul and their spirit away to the devil, they stuck.
they're stuck.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. So that's all I have. You do sound
Okay,
tired.
we will wrap it up.
Yes, ma'am.
We will go ahead and wrap it up. Peace and love, family. Once again, this is the Eyes Wide Open podcast. Thank you for tuning in to our Imperial Lectures. This was Empress Ninti L. Bay and the tribe Cherokee Nation of Moors. We look forward to coming to you again next week. Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Yes. Good night.